Hello, everyone, and welcome to Symphony Banda Podcast. My name is Shirley Korman, and I'm a host of this podcast. In each episode, you will hear from the seriously smart and interesting symphonians about their projects, successes, and of course, challenges. Today, we are honored to host Bohdan Mykhaylyshyn, an event and internal communication maestro with a profound impact in the corporate landscape. Bohdan, the voice of Symphony Solutions, has big expertise at making these events special and unforgettable for everyone who attends it. With a remarkable career spanning over 12 years, Bohdan has led the charge in orchestrating over 200 successful events, leaving an incredible mark in the world of event management. Hello, Bohdan, and nice to see you on our podcast today.
Hi, Shirley. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. Oh my God, so many good words.
Yes,
I'm
and
blushing.
everything about you. Yes.
Yeah.
So, in this episode, we are going behind the scenes of the big events and internal communication at Symphony Solutions. We will explore how this happens, what's hidden, how it works, and of course, challenges of this things and events in general. Bohdan will explain the details that make events not just successful but also unforgettable. He will give us an inside look at how Symphony Solution creates a lively atmosphere through these events. So grab your headphones, sit back, and get ready to be inspired by Bohdan, our phenomenal internal communication specialist.
Oh yeah, right.
Let's go ahead then.
Front door. Okay.
Okay, Bogdan. So I would like to start with an overview question, and I am always very pleased to remark one more time of the great skills of our guests at podcast, and it's really fascinating how you are the voice of Symphony Solutions through all the events and all the communication. So, can you share a bit about the journey of curating these events that truly resonates with the company vibe and culture?
First of all, it's a pleasure for me. It's an honor to be the voice of Symphony Solutions. And this
Yes, you
journey,
are.
actually, yes, the journey itself started actually way before I even started working at Symphony as an internal communications specialist, because we've hosted, I believe it was 2 or 3 events where I was hired as a host.
Mhm.
And then this relationship grew into something bigger, where I've received this offer to become an internal communications specialist. And then we've realized that the internal communication itself couldn't even exist without internal events, where I truly believed I was kind of good at.
You
So
are, you are.
Yeah,
No
so
doubt.
that's how it started. And then how it's done, it's always a lot of work of not only one person. So it's not only me working on almost each episode of any of our internal events, our virtual events, so to call. And it's always about the people who participate in those events. And when we started thinking about some of these events, like for example, Symphonizer, I really loved this name because we really
Yeah.
wanted for the symphonians to get symphonized, to get lift up, or Symphony Persona live. I mean, we had this kind of rubric on our website, Symphony Persona, and so we thought to ourselves, so why not give it some more life?
Details.
Yeah, why not talk to those people? Why not talk to the symphony personas live? And yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of risk, quite honestly, because broadcasting live is not that easy. But again, we have people support. I have people supporting me. I have people supporting me technically. I have people supporting me, proofreading the script. I have people helping me at this stage where we generate the idea of what the questions should be to be asked our guest at each episode. Or, for example, if we talk about our huge virtual events, symphony wide,
Yeah.
there's a lot bigger team working on the concept, and of course we argue, and virtual events are a lot more complicated than offline physical
Fully
events.
agree with this. Yeah.
So the main idea here was to actually let it out, let people do what they want to do. Unfortunately, we don't have that many opportunities to see each other in person anymore. We don't really have that many opportunities for physical offline events. So this virtual environment was the only place where we could actually meet, where we could talk about and talk to these amazing symphonians, where we could learn something new while doing the symphonizer, learning about different cultures, different aspects of of different things. Not only, but of course we try to use this the cultural aspect. And when we talk about the global events, that's where it really starts getting complicated, because we need to bring together the symphonians from all over the world, from all different kinds of corners of the globe, and to try to make them feel comfortable together, even though they can only see each other through the camera.
It hurts like a challenge, but
it is a challenge. It is a challenge.
Yes.
But what helps us here is the fundamental principles that we have here at Symphony Solutions. Those are our values that we really trust, and those are the symphonians who are very much supported, even though they are resistant sometimes, and that is something we cannot hide. They have to be resistant when something really important is being taken away from them. I mean, the ability to see each other in person, physically, in the office every day. But yet we are trying our best to cultivate this pleasant environment, a virtual environment, through our events, and the internal communication being lively and vibrant and friendly. So we can clearly see then that so many of our fellow symphonians, get back to us and say, "Hey, you guys are doing a good job." And that's the best.
Yeah, I know. It's very, very precious. It's something that the moments when like you have a relief, a happiness, it's always this kind of comments about your work. Even it doesn't have to be like a formal email or something like this, but if you're becoming like in an everyday routine or everyday like small chat, such kind of comment, it's really precious. I know what you mean.
I had this happen a few days ago. When somebody I knew visually, because we work from the office, and we see each other very often, but we didn't know each other personally very much. But we kind of ran into each other in the kitchen making tea, and this guy goes, "Hey, you know what? I've always wanted to tell you," and it's been just so you know, we had our summer virtual gathering in August, and this happened in October. So he goes, "You know what? I've always wanted to tell you that this event was kind of awesome."
Cool.
And I go, what kind of event? "Well, this summer gathering, the virtual thing." He goes, "I didn't really join the winter party, the virtual one, because I kind of did not really believe in the sense of a virtual gathering as a party. But then I realized I've decided to join, and you know what? I enjoyed it, and I was
That's
so
cool.
happy." Oh my God. You can't even believe how happy I was for him to approaching me and saying that. Yes, big
That's
time.
precious. I know. I'm also glad for
He
you to
is.
hear it, you know. Yeah, I'm always happy for someone's success as well.
It's
Okay,
our
great.
success. It's the
Yes,
success for all of us at Symphony, for sure.
definitely. We are because we are having here a tight boundaries, I would say. And we are keep moving for the next question. I know that we have already kind of a little bit mentioned about the challenges. So I was wondering, what tough challenges have you faced working as internal communication specialist, and how did you deal with them?
Oh, wow. That's a huge question. I
If
mean,
you
there
could
are.
highlight some, I don't know, up to two, or okay, let's make three small things, it will be great because I know there are some stories that we can dive deep, yes, into details. Let's stay
Well, yeah, there are
on the
these
top.
small little ones, and if we talk about my whole career as an event host in general, so one of the funniest challenges was that once I've arrived to the venue where the event was about to start in like 2.5 hours, and I realized that I have no pants.
That's a bit
But
of a challenge.
yeah, that's quite a challenge. And if we talk about the internal communication at Symphony Solutions, once again, a really tiny and stupid one was just the other day when we hosted another Symphony Persona Live with Ira Havriliu. I've like, just as usual, it's a ritual for me. 20 minutes before the start of the event, before the start of the live stream, I restart my computer so it runs smoothly and nice. And so all of a sudden I realized that I cannot log into my computer because it
Oh,
just wouldn't let me. And I did all that I could. I mean, all that I knew about restarting the computer one again and again, but nothing would work. So luckily I had another laptop, like a spare laptop that I used for reading the comments on YouTube when we
mm-hmm.
broadcast to YouTube.
Broadcasting.
Yeah, so I used that laptop, and Ira was already waiting in the studio, and she was getting nervous. I was freaking out.
Yeah,
I
felt
was
like this.
already preparing myself to join the meeting and to broadcast from my cell phone
Oh,
or do whatever just to make it happen. And yes, it did happen. We had a wonderful show with Ira. I was a little nervous at the beginning, and then when I watched the recording of our show, it was kind of obvious. But then talking to Ira, and she's such a great person and such a wonderful guest for a talk show, that I kind of forgot about what happened before the show. And for the biggest challenge that we had, and I guess still have here at Symphony Solutions in terms of internal communication,
mm-hmm.
yeah, I've said a few words about it already. It's the resistance of some of our fellow symphonians in this process of moving into the virtual
Virtual.
environment.
Yeah, I see
And
what you mean.
I trust them. I mean, it's not that that I think that these people are out of their minds, or they are saying some silly things when they kind of mention that this whole virtual story is nuts. I just realized that if you've worked in an environment with your fellow symphonians, or not only symphonians,
Mm-hmm.
you've worked physically offline for your whole entire life. And even though we had COVID, even though the war started here in Ukraine, for example, you were still coming to the office because that's the way you like it, because that's
Yes.
the way we got used to, living each day. And then all of a sudden you're being offered this virtual reality
World. Virtual party, virtual everything. Yeah, it's kind of, I
Yeah,
know it's tough for some kind of person.
resist. Yeah, but that's another chance for us to improve ourselves. I mean us, the team of the marketing team, the virtual communities team, whoever is attached to this whole internal communication story. That's a challenge for us to become better and better every time. So if we start another virtual community, let's say it's another band on Viva Engaged, we have to make sure that we have someone to guide that community. We have someone to participate in that environment, and we of course make it look beautiful. We involve
Definitely.
our designers who are doing a wonderful job, of course. And we want to firstly make sure that it all looks nice. And then maybe that way we can bring more and more people to communicate, to get involved, and to get engaged. Yeah.
You told a sentence about some people do resist it, but you trust them. I fully agree with you on this point because I know it, like how it works, and it's also a challenge for some department, not only marketing, yes, but for us, for virtual communities as well. And we trust people. We trust the process and we do our best, and I'm pretty sure it will come up with something great. It is already, because it is already, because people are going to you and telling that it was kind of awesome. It's worth it. I would say it worth it.
Yeah, we have a lot of good feedback, and you guys are doing an extraordinary job with the virtual communities. And that's not because I love you and Tanya. It's because you really are doing an amazing job.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. I want to now go to the next question and go somewhere behind the scenes and ask you, as internal communication specialist, how do your responsibilities help you bringing people together and create this sense of togetherness in the company?
How it's done? Is that the question?
No, it's more like you have your responsibilities, and how do you think what parts of your responsibilities play here a crucial role in your work to bring people together, to create this feeling of togetherness in the company?
Quite literally, I am the internal communication specialist. So I do communicate to so many symphonians a lot on a daily basis, and not only creating and posting some announcements on ERP or Viva Engage or somewhere in our internal chats, but also I do communicate to so many symphonians in our private chats. And I work from office quite a lot, so I have this privilege of talking to people,
uniting and together. Yes.
Yeah, having coffee with them, and really getting this feedback on what they really think of us doing certain things as internal communications team, because there's so many people being involved in the internal communication. It's not just me or the virtual communities department. It's the people office who are doing an extraordinary job when they reach out to people, to the symphonians in person, because they have this very precious opportunity yes, to actually talk to symphonians almost on a daily basis, because they have these one-to-one meetings, and they are kind of like attached or integrated into different teams across Symphony Solutions. And I'm very grateful to the whole people office for doing what they're doing every time we have to communicate this or that message. Because again, I trust the guys who sometimes may say, when I ask them, "Are you participating in this and in this or that initiative?" and they would go, "Oh, what kind of initiative? I didn't hear about it."
Yeah.
And at the beginning, I kind of get frustrated, and it sometimes feels like I want to hit someone, because
Freaking
how
out, yes.
come could you not have heard about that initiative if I've posted an announcement everywhere on
Everywhere.
every wall? But then I realized that people have stuff to do, have work to do here in Symphony Solutions, and chances are they may not notice some of the announcements. And quite obviously, we really need to approach them once again, and try to remind them of our initiatives at some point. By the way, and that is something that was that was changed a little bit at some point. We've talked about something very, very important that I thought it was, to kind of get away from the format of being an event agency.
Mm-hmm.
Because,
mean, yes.
and that's again what I've learned and heard from people here in the office, and some of them, talking to me virtually on the online meetings, and that was that they mentioned that we have work to do. We would love to participate, but there's too many initiatives sometimes, and we hear in the marketing team, in the virtual communities team, in the people office, for example. Yes, we think that we are trying to make your life brighter. We are trying to entertain you. We're trying to give you another option for a better social life at Symphony Solutions. But so very often, the symphonians are just too busy, and thank God for that.
Yes, I only wanted to say thank God for that. And yes, what's too much, it's too much, and we need to trust the process, and we need to learn how it works. So I see what you mean. Definitely, it's really cool and beneficial, I would say, that especially you have an opportunity to communicate with people in person, like offline, to get this. It's not always a chance that this person will write it to you in a chat about like what he just or she did just say with you drinking a coffee or having a small chat. So it's always it's very cool, and I would say very beneficial for your work to gather feedbacks offline, I would say.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Did I answer the question, by the way? Because I get excited.
Yes, totally. You have also covered like not only very positive side, but what are also some challenges or problems you are confronting on your way. So totally, no worries.
Yeah.
And I'm coming to the question, which I am also very excited about. It is, what's the most rewarding part of your job? Is there a specific event or maybe a project that you are really proud of, or that was particularly fun for you?
Oh, of course. I wouldn't name just one.
Okay,
Because
let's name two.
there were too many. And it's not that just I'm proud of these events that I'm just about to mention, but it's about the people that participate in all of those events, the people that participated in the preparations, even generating the ideas, and then supporting me, or even being my my buddy in crime when I really have to test things when I write the script for an event, and I really need someone to give me some feedback on this or that part. Is this too much? Is this too little? Is this joke funny? Is this question exciting? So using this moment, I'm saying a big thank you to the huge buddy of mine, Yuri Lishak. He's always so supportive, and not only him. There's so many more people, and technically for all of the events, so many guys are helping and supporting us with making it happen. But saying all that, I was really proud when we organized the Symphoniyevka, turning our office here in Lviv into an ancient ethnic Ukrainian village, gave it a name, Symphoniyevka. And we were gathered together after a long time that we did not, and we had some really good Ukrainian food. We were cooking borscht. We had this auction, even though we were in the very middle of the war, but we had an auction where the symphonians would offer some of their craft things, like a jar of cucumbers from from someone from Nisha, like a bucket of honey from Zhenya, like whatever, like a bottle of moonshine, the homemade vodka from Mr. Cannabis. And we were so united. We were so Ukrainian. And we had people joining us from all over the world. Yes, we had Theo, the CEO of Symphony Solutions, joining us, buying stuff on the auction without even realizing what he was buying, because we were hosting it in Ukrainian. And then we had someone else joining. I think Tanya was joining us online as well. And yes, I feel a little sorry that this event was held for the Ukrainians only, because the topic was Ukrainian, and we here in Lviv, especially at that moment when the war started, and we were all so depressed, and some of our fellow symphonians joined the armed forces of Ukraine, and all the money we raised, we used to support the guys out in the front lines. So that was huge. And I'm so proud of each and everyone who joined the event, who helped us with setting things up. I remember Christina Shalai and Oksana. Now her last name is Krechnikova. They were thinking about the decorations, where
how it will look like.
Yeah, how is it going to look like? They were taking care of the buffet and everything, communicating with the chefs. I mean, and Natalia Chekan, she was the inspiration of that event, by the way, because she came up with this idea of holding an auction, and then it grew up into the huge thing. Yes, cool. And so many more of us symphonians who really contributed to making that happen. And I must admit that Symphony Persona Live is something really special for me. Because first of all, it's a dream come true. I've always wanted
to host this kind of
my
event?
own. Yes, I've always wanted my own talk show. I never thought it would be an online talk show, a virtual thing, but that's the way it happened, and I'm so proud that there's so many people. We've done 10 episodes of Symphony Persona Live so far, and we've talked to the brilliant people here at Symphony Solutions, and there's so many good feedbacks, like really pleasant ones, and I'm loving the fact that Symphony Persona now is live. So, and answering your question, the initial question, what's the most rewarding part? The most rewarding part is always the feedback and the reaction and the feelings, the emotions of the people who consume the product.
Who attending this event. Totally agree. I know that like because I like it. Also, I enjoyed the Symphony very much because of the atmosphere, of the common aim, of the common goal that have united all of us together. Yes, and also I really like Symphony Persona Live because it's not only some person that you might know. You're working with these people. It's always very interesting and exciting how they are sharing about some experience, life situation, about funny stories. It's very cool, and I really enjoyed it with all of the guests you are having on your event, and you as a host. It's a star in this event. So
Thank you.
I know what you're talking about. Okay, Bohdan, I have something to finalize our great talk here, and it will be a short blitz round with 3 questions, and you have to answer them very quickly and shortly and briefly, I would say. So, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, so question number 1. What's your biggest motivational mantra?
Never give up, and
Okay.
remember who is always with you. Your family loves you. That's it.
Great. Who or what inspires you and motivates you the most?
Oh, the family, my family. And I must admit, if I may, even though I love my wife, I have a beautiful daughter. She's 4 months, turning 4 months old. But I have to say that my father, who is my greatest teacher and my someone who criticizes me most and supports me most. I mean, he's been with me for my whole life, and I'm happy that my beautiful wife joined me in my journey recently, and we have our wonderful baby girl. But I am so grateful to my dad for all he's done to me. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's always the best person to be inspired by from the family. So commonly. And third question: do you have a go-to quote that strengthens you during the challenging times? That pushed you
Whoa.
and let you not to give up?
I think I had one, and it was in my Facebook page. That page is locked now, but it was something in Latin. It was a quote from someone huge. Aut inveniam viam aut faciam. I will either find the way or I will make one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
okay.
that's
Cool.
what I
Like
do.
it.
That's what I do. Yeah.
But I like it. Really cool. Inspiring. Okay,
It is.
Bohdan. Inspiring talk, inspiring time spent with you today. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your answers, for your emotions, for your successes and your challenges and your motivation as well. It was really a pleasure to have you as our guest on Banda Podcast. And thank you for everything for today.
Thank you so much for all you do. Thank you for this podcast, and I had a blast. And God bless for so many more beautiful, exciting, and inspiring episodes of the Banda podcast. You are doing a wonderful job as a host, by the way.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you very
Take
much.
care.
See you.
Bye-bye.